Hi, this is Robert Gephardt, and I'm a freelance translator. Today is just a quick video about glossaries. I wanted to talk about the importance of a glossary. Some of you may be using CAT tools such as Trados or something like that, which has its own form of glossary, but many of you might just be starting out and not have anything like that at all. I just wanted to mention this because it took me a while to start my glossary, but I wish I had started it sooner. It would have saved me a tremendous amount of time, and I still refer back to it now, even though I have other tools I use as well. And I still add to it as well. Now, my glossary has always been very simple, and it stayed that way throughout. I use Excel, and so I just use an Excel sheet, and the column on the left is in Italian, while the one on the right is the English translation. I had an extra column for notes, but I rarely used it, and I don't think I do anymore. For a while, I also had separate sheets depending on the topic, but I decided to combine them all into one easy-to-find place. My general rule was that every time I had to look up a new word, I added it to the glossary. Even if it was easy to find online, it went in there. Of course, sometimes there were words I knew, but I wasn't sure how to use in a certain context, let's say. Like in this situation, should I use the story of someone or someone's account of something, story or account or, what have you. These are more nuanced and they can differ on a case-by-case basis. So I couldn't really add anything to the glossary for them. But anytime I had to look up terminology, it went into the glossary. Even if it was easy to find on Google or on one of the websites like Word Reference, Prose, etc., you never know what will happen in the future, and so it's just better to add it there to the glossary. And then I would always add the term somewhere just in my notes, and once the translation was done, I would enter the words that I had there in my notes or somewhere else that I had just jotted down. I would enter them with their definitions at the bottom of the glossary. Excel makes it easy to sort any list in alphabetical order. Now you can look this up online, but just briefly, you highlight all the columns that are being used in the whole sheet, then you choose Data, Sort, and you pick the column that you want to be sorted in alphabetical order. So in my case, it goes in alphabetical order by the Italian word, and automatically its definition in English will be in the column right next to it. Anyway, this is a very simple tool that I think all of you can use, and it'll be very valuable for you going ahead. It also requires a minimum amount of extra work each time, so I highly recommend it for all of you, especially those of you just starting out and who don't have a system yet for this. But maybe you do, and if you do have your own way of keeping a glossary, please feel free to let me know, as I'm always interested in learning new methods and manners of doing this. And also don't forget to subscribe for more freelance translation tips and tactics. Thanks.